You don't really see a South Asian music scene.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
like being a self-critical person, especially about your own like art, your own work, like how do you go about that? Like how do you get over those type of things?
I don't. I don't. I think because of my music is very party girl. And the thing is, I would be a party girl if like London nightlife wasn't so expensive. You know, manage yourself if you're like, I'm my own manager, so I'm like constantly booking everything myself. Like it's too much. And the thing is, I don't even know how I do it.
Hey everybody, it's Mal and you're watching Moments with Mal. Welcome to the first episode. Today we have...
Khasaia.
Introduce yourself a bit, tell us about yourself.
Oh, my name's Khasaia, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and producer from West London.
West London. I'm not from there. I just thought people represent their ends and things. So tell us a bit about yourself and like when you got into music and everything.
So I kind of grew up around it. My dad was a songwriter and a producer, so I was kind of around just music all the time. And yeah, and me and my sister like used to use my dad's DJ box and like make beats and like sing. I used to rap more than I used to sing actually, which I didn't realize until I looked back at the videos.
You got any bars for us today or?
No, not today. I'm not like a freestyler, like that's not. But I'm not a rapper. I'm a singer. So.
Period.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of just how I grew to love it, because he was just such like when you do something you're like passionate about and you're fanatic about, your kids are gonna pick up on it, and I definitely picked up on it.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That's like trickled down the family tree. So like, when you go into music and you started making music, like when did you realize that like this is what I want to do? Like,
I kind of always knew I wanted to do it, but there was like I always had like the thought, oh, I'll also have a plan B, and then in school I always like, not to boast, but I always got really good grades. And like I was like, okay, I'm good at all these things, but the only thing I actually like doing is making music. So it's like I have these other options. It's not like this is the only thing I'm good at, but it's the only thing I enjoy. So that's why I chose music.
Cool. So like, you write music, you write your songs.
Yeah. All of them.
Tell me about that process.
Okay, where do I start? I feel like there's not really like something it's not something I can explain. I feel like I'm getting possessed. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I feel like whether I'm producing or writing, I feel like I'm getting possessed. Like, and that sounds I'm gonna get Illuminati allegations.
It's like Illuminati allegations to me.
They're a compliment, yeah,
like,
period.
Yeah.
No, when it comes to like melodies, it's just like I feel like God just kind of takes over. When it comes to lyrics, that's when I do some thinking. But sometimes certain lyrics just come to me, so I don't know. It's just all it's like you're grabbing from a million things and you just don't really know what's going on.
So are you one of those people like the inspo just hits you randomly and you start like...
Yeah, and like once I'm in the zone, like just no one talk to me. The door's locked, like I'm in there for hours. Won't eat. Like when I was making my first EP, I did not eat. I got so skinny.
What you mean you didn't eat?
I wasn't eating. Like I had to get reminded, oh, you need to eat. Just because, and it's not even a thing where it's like I was trying not to eat. It's just like I'm so in the zone. I don't really not thinking about anything else.
I hear it. So like, what would you say like your genre is? Like, where do you see yourself with it? Like in like this creative space.
Yeah, I mean, I always used to say like that I'm an R&B artist, and that was because I was kind of like I didn't want to be like a pop star, because I feel like the connotations were very like
Negative.
cheesy, and when I grew up on pop, it was Michael Jackson and it was Janet Jackson and it was Beyonce and Rihanna. Like that was pop to me. It was like cool people, and it wasn't, not to say the cheesy people aren't cool. They're cool too, but like that wasn't my thing. But then I realized like I do want to be a pop star. Like I want to be a very major international artist, but there is definitely R&B influence to what I do. I don't think pop itself should be considered a genre. Like it's what's popular, so it's like should take from.
I hear it. Like pop is kind of like everything.
Yeah, like people consider Michael Jackson a pop star for Billie Jean, but Billie Jean and that whole album had rock and roll influences, it had R&B influences, had soul, like so many different things. So
I hear it. That's super cool. I love how you like, you know your stuff. Like like you can really like call back to everything. You can tell this is something you're like really passionate about.
Yeah.
I see that you've like started like producing like beats and everything like that. So how's that going?
So I always kind of used to produce to an extent. The only person I know that does it like this, like Mariah Carey. So she'll like sing a melody and she'll like choose the instrument. So when I'm with Powers, who's a producer I work with, I was gonna say most of the time, all of the time, I always am like singing a melody, and I'm like, I'll do that with the instrument, and then we'll go through the sounds, and then I'll pick them. There's sometimes we just both look at each other, and it's like, okay, something clicks and like something works. It's really cool. But when I went to LA recently, I actually like played stuff which I'd never done before, but it was like the energy was so lively in LA, and I was like, oh, let me just try it, like let me just like play. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually really sick of this. So I went home and I just started learning to produce. And then the next song I'm actually releasing, I produced myself. Then Powers did some little extra stuff on it.
That's super cool. Yeah, so I saw. Yeah, again, I was gonna mention LA. You went to LA and you like work with producers and like all of that. So how was that experience and everything?
That was amazing. I think for the first time, I felt very much like alive and at home in what I was doing. And it felt like, I feel like when I was in London before the LA trip, I just felt like, oh, like this pressure to do like a more UK sound, or just like I didn't really know how to be true to myself. I didn't know what I wanted. That's why I hadn't really put out that much music that year. And then when I went to LA, I was like, I can actually do anything. Like I can actually make anything, because in America, like there's such a wide range of audiences, and the radio is like 5 different genres, one after the other. Like it's so much more versatile because it's bigger.
Yeah.
So I just thought I can actually do anything, and there's an audience for it. So once that pressure kind of left me, it felt way more easier to create. It was very inspiring.
I see the way you talk about like the scene, like in London, like
yeah,
like elaborate. Like you don't seem to.
No, I mean, I think the scene in London is actually really cool. Like the underground scene, especially, I think it's really really cool. I just think I've always like struggled to see my place in it. I grew up in a very like South Asian area, and as a South Asian girl, so I've never seen a South Asian artist be that like major. And obviously the underground music scene is predominantly black, or you've got like the other underground music scene which is predominantly white. You don't really see a South Asian music scene.
Yeah.
So I was just like wondering if that was why maybe people didn't resonate with me as much in the creative scene, or wondering like I didn't really know how to navigate around that.
I hear that. I think you were really doing it for like the South Asian girlies though.
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
Like you don't have like you guys don't have like a like pop star, like a star to like look up to in other ways, in a sense. Like like you're doing it.
Thank you. But the thing is, like, my goal isn't even just to like cater towards my own people. I want to cater to everyone.
Yeah.
So it was really important for me to like have something universal about what I'm providing.
Yeah.
Sonically.
I hear it. Your sound is very like universal in that sense.
That's
like
good.
I can hear it, and I can bump it in the car, bump it anywhere. Really, it's really like upbeat, and you guys need to listen to her music. Like her music's good. Like if you like Bratz and stuff like that, like early 2000s, you know what I mean? Like early 2000s, like Bratz. Type R&B pop. Like you really enjoy her music. Like it's really upbeat. It's really fun. Like give it a shot. So like you say you write and you keep stuff. You said earlier you could be quite self-critical.
Extremely. Oh my
god. So like being a self-critical person, especially about your own like art, your own work, like how do you go about that? Like how do you get over those type of things?
I don't. I don't. I literally like if I don't like something, I'll hate it forever, but I'll just firm it. Like I'll probably it's like going through like the 7 stages of grief, I swear. It's like acceptance, and then I just like will hope I can delete it at some point. No one will see it. I'm at a point where like my audience is not that big, so if I hate something, it can get scrapped just before I blow up. But yeah, no, I'm very very critical. I feel like with things that I have control over, like production and like I don't know, certain social media content, I guess, or like singing the vocals again, I can redo that as many times as I want within my financial means. But stuff like visuals where like someone else is editing it for you, very stressful for me because I like want to put my hands in everything and like be behind the camera, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Like I don't even trust someone to take pictures of me, so I do my own cover art. Like I'm just control freak.
I hear it. Like, but I think that's something in time you learn to like let the reins go a bit.
No. No, because every time I do let the reins go, something goes wrong. So I'm not letting the reins go ever.
So once you assemble a team and they want to take care of things themselves, how are you gonna?
No, we do it together. I'll be sitting right next to them.
So, like, would you say that your art, like your music, is a good representation of you as a person?
Yes and no. I feel like I struggle to be like vulnerable and show them more like homely side of myself in my music, but I just don't think that that side of me is fun. So like I'm not gonna write a song about that. But I think it's like showing the most exciting parts of me, like the
Okay.
fun parts of me and like the edgy parts of me. Um, but yeah, I would say it's like a good 50% of my personality.
That's okay. That's fun. That's
Yeah.
cute. But like, do you think there could be any like misconceptions like based on like your persona and music or your music itself?
Um, I think maybe I get like a party girl vibe.
Yeah, you do.
I think because of my music, it's very party girl. And the thing is, I would be a party girl if like London nightlife wasn't so expensive. But
I
I'm
hear
just,
it.
yeah, I'm not really a party girl at the moment. But that's not to say I won't be, because every time I've been in like Florida, Orlando, I see the like parties like over in Miami. Like, I'm like, I want to go there. Like, so I definitely want to party, but that's just not the scene over here.
Yeah, I hear it. This London scene
And you'll bump
parties.
into 50 people you bumped into last week. Everyone's at the same event. Like, everyone is the same. Like,
It's
I've
true.
seen you before. Like,
True, there's not a lot of like variety with the people in this
yeah.
space.
I love meeting new people too. So
Yeah.
that's like one of the things that would make me want to go.
Yeah, I hear it. So like, how do you go about like working with people you want to work with? Like, if you hear someone, like, if you ever want to collab with somebody or anything, like,
Collab in like what way?
like a producer, another artist, like.
I don't know. I think I haven't really collabed with any other artists just because it doesn't feel like the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It just doesn't. But when it comes to like, the only person I've ever really properly worked with is Powers. And once I get comfortable with someone, I tend to stick to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle to like go explore. But I also think that's a money thing again. Like as an independent artist, to like spend my money and like see if I can trust this person with my creative idea when I know I already have someone that I can trust.
Yeah.
It's like, do I really want to do that? If things were like paid for, if things were cheaper or free, I would explore, I think, much more. But otherwise, I'll just DM them if it comes to reaching out. But yeah, I'm not really. I like to find someone and stick to them.
I hear it. Like, speaking of collabs, do you have any like dream collabs, like manifest?
Yeah. Oh my God. So, Tinashe at the moment. I mean, I've always loved Tinashe. Tinashe is like the reason I felt confident enough to be an independent artist. Who else? I would love to. I feel like, why is Tinashe the only name in my brain? I would love to collaborate. Oh, Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
No, like I'm like obsessed with her. Like I was obsessed with her before the whole All Right video. Like I was there at the beginning. Same with Tinashe. Same with Kate Trinada. Love Kate Trinada. Would love to collaborate with him. Would love to. I want to do a whole album with Pharrell one day.
Pharrell.
I need
That's
that.
a really good one.
I need that in my life desperately. Danger. I want to collaborate with and actually like put it out. Timberland, but I don't know. Just so many people. So many people.
So like speaking like going back to like when you're talking about how you were raised with music and everything.
Yeah.
What do you think like your younger self would think of your music? Like
oh, she'd be bumping it for sure. Like she would love it. She would love it. Yeah.
I was thinking like when you like do music, like you go to the studio, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like my whole thing about people who make music is like I commend you.
Oh, thank you.
Like in a way, like I think it's like so not only courageous. It takes a lot of skill to make music. It takes a lot of time to make music, money, all of that. Like I feel like just how do you do it? Like how do you do it?
I don't know which part, the courage or the skill.
All of it, like all of it.
The skill I think is like I find creating easier than like breathing, if I'm being honest. Like just living life, I find like that doesn't fuel me, but creating fuels me. So it's like I don't know, it's just easy to me. Like it's like another language to me, and it's like because I was raised on it, and because my dad was a songwriter, all those skills kind of I picked them up, and I'm very good at like copying what I see and like making it my own. So that's always just been a natural. I think it's like a natural thing for me. But in terms of the courage, I just like was very cocky as a child. Like I was very, very cocky. Like I think loads of kids didn't like me because they're like, oh, she's such a show off. Like, but it was like I was like I love myself and I'm confident and you should be like that too. But kids don't get that. Kids are like, no, but who are you? No, seriously,
Yeah.
and like when I was a teenager, I used to look up to like people who were very like outspoken, so like Grace Jones,
Mhm.
Kanye West, like people like that were just very bold, Rihanna,
Mhm.
all these like kind of controversial moments that go against the grain. I've always loved those. So that kind of like going against the grain, that was a big deal, especially as a South Asian girl. Like
Mhm.
you're supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Like why are
Yeah.
you not a doctor? Like I didn't care. I like to disobey. I like to not have rules. I don't. Yeah. Makes me
Yeah.
feel free.
Yeah. Like you
Yeah.
have to free the range. You have to be yourself.
Yeah.
Live true. So yeah, the music industry is quite the industry to like want to get into. What's your favorite part about the industry, and what's your least favorite part about the industry?
um, my least favorite part. We'll start with that because it's easier. No, my least favorite part is just the way it is now in terms of you have to do everything by yourself, and once you once you like blow up, then it's like, oh yeah, we were watching you for ages and like we believed in you and now like let's like do something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like back in the day they would kind of see your potential.
Yeah.
It's very difficult doing a 9 to 5 and then trying to make time to like go to the studio. If you want to be an all-rounded artist, go to dance classes, dance lessons, whatever. You know, manage yourself. If you're not your like, I'm my own manager, so I'm like constantly booking everything myself. Like
Mhm.
it's too much. And the thing is, I don't even know how I do it, if I'm being honest. And then you also have a family life on the other side of it, and
Yeah.
you've got friends, and it's like, oh, I want to go out this weekend and I can't afford to. I have not been out to anything that is paid for. Unless someone else is paying for it, I've not been
Mhm.
able to go out this whole year because I've spent so much money on music. It's crazy. If someone says, like my dad and my uncle, oh, let's go for dinner, yeah. If my friend said, let's go for dinner, I'm like, no, I can't. Because I know I can't pay for it.
That is crazy. But it's the commitment, girl. The commitment.
Yeah, no, I'm with it, but like, I'm with it, but it's hard. But my favorite part of the industry, I don't know. I feel like the I like what I see once you're where you want to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once you hit a certain mark, it's very nice to know like a certain level of success still exists. I feel like that's only recently come about with like Tyler and
Mhm.
Victoria Monet. It felt like that superstar identity was dying,
Yeah.
and now
Definitely.
it's like a thing again. So that's probably what I like the most.
Like when it comes to like any industry, like if you had any advice for anybody who wants to go into this industry, what would you tell them?
Um, make sure you're good. No, but like actually make sure you're genuinely good and like you're actually like passionate about and you know what you're talking about and like get some really rude friends to tell you if you're good or not. Because I am sick to death of just like some SoundCloud shit and it's just like, what is this? Oh my god, my friend showed me something the other day. I was just like, no, no. Sorry, this is me being cocky again, and I'm not even trying to, but I
No,
just
no,
like a
continue.
critic. Like, don't do something if you're not good at it
Mhm.
publicly. Get good at it,
Get good at it,
and
then
then put your stuff
make your
out.
debut after you have
Yeah,
become good at it.
yeah. And if you are good, hold that. Like, believe in yourself, because it's gonna hold you back. You could be like the most talented person in the world, and if you don't believe in yourself, that's just not gonna go anywhere. For real.
I hear it. That's some really good advice though. Like, don't do anything until you're good at
Yeah,
it. Just make your debut once you're confident in what you do,
yeah,
basically. And be open to criticism. That's a big one as well.
yeah.
Because
That's hard though, because it's being creative is very vulnerable.
it's so vulnerable. Like,
So
that's why I say making music is courageous. Like,
it is.
you can literally, anybody can just say anything about your music. And that's why I think I
Yeah.
can do it. Because if I think it's good and you don't think it's good, then.
But it's interesting. No one's. I mean, people have like said that they don't like my music, and it's never really hit me like that. Never really cared.
That's good though.
Like I mean, sometimes I'll be like, "Why don't you like it?" And then I'll be like, "Oh, but it's always a guy. It's always like a
Mhm.
straight male. Like, oh, I'm not really feeling your music," and I'm just thinking, "Wait, this is not for you though, baby. Like, let's take a seat."
It's not even for you. So
Yeah.
why do you shouldn't even care.
Yeah.
So let's say in a world where you never discovered music, what would you be doing?
Ew. What? No, I don't like that.
You have to fit you. What would you
Okay.
do?
Um. I don't know. That made me really uncomfortable. I don't know. I'd probably be okay if I didn't know if music didn't exist. Okay, I wouldn't even know what it is. So probably fashion, because I was gonna be a fashion designer.
Okay, good.
Because I design a lot of my own clothes. So fashion, styling, something in that.
Yeah, I hear it. Most times when you ask like someone who's creative what they would do, it's
So
another,
there's another
like
creative thing, yeah. But I also like there was a point where I wanted to do something in maths. I really like maths. Ooh. Yeah.
You know those people?
I find it calming to like do algebra.
Calming.
Oh no, do you know what I sound like? I sound like Kendall Jenner. I'm such a nerd. I'm different. I do maths. No, ew. And I'm Indian as well, so this is really not good. Like, this is stereotypical. Wait, oh god.
It's okay, girl.
Let's just leave it alone. I've said too much.
Girl. Thank you. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for having this moment with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.